Ooh, it's a hot July day today. Hi. I got an interesting bug for you today in the Okanagan that up until last year wasn't known to be in Canada at all, but it's actually quite common. We just don't normally see it. If you want to see it, you can see it pretty easy. You just have to find a nice spot where you got certain types of plants. This here is Prusia tridentata. Some people call it greasewood. There's other plants called greasewoods. This is more aptly known as the antelope bitterbush. This plant right here is Eriogonum herculoides, which is a type of buckwheat, a wild buckwheat. And it also is handy to have Eriogonum niveum, or the snowy buckwheat, which looks like this. And if you can find that, these three plants in this type, which is scrubland, steppe, very few trees, lots of scrub. There's quite a bit of sagebrush here, but more important is the antelope bitterbush, because that is the habitat indicator. And once you've located those types of plants in this sort of a rocky, dry desert terrain, you too can find Parabacillus hesperus, the western shorthorn walking stick. So here's a little bit of that Eriogonum herculoides, also known as parsnip flower buckwheat. So we take this water bottle, which I bring with me here, and here's the trick to finding them. You can't really see them, but if you spray it with water, just like I'm doing here, give it all a good sprinkling, then these little desert insects, which don't get much water, oh, there's one in there, I see them already, look at that. They immediately start moving around. So if I look in here, you can kind of see one. I don't know if I can focus on it very well, but let's move some branches out of the way. Can you see that? Zoom out. Zoom out. Ah, I hate phones. There he is. So he just started moving. There he goes. You can see him. I don't know if I can focus on him, because phones are bad for focusing on things that look like sticks. He's way in there. Get in there where he is. Couldn't ask for a worse specimen, huh? Oh, now he's up on top. They're fast moving. Well, not fast, but fast enough to confound entomology. For hundreds of years, they've never been found here before, but they were quite common. I didn't actually check this bush out first. All right, I'm going to pull him out and look at him. Well, I lost that one, but that's okay. There you go. And it's a very labyrinthian plant, and these little ones weren't really made for naturalist work, so they don't work good when you start pushing them into bushes. Anyway, there's lots more plants where that came from, and lots more stick insects. So let's hear Eriogonum that's up against a dead bunch of Eriogonum. I can probably get one to come out here. Also lots of galls here from different types of gall wasps or possibly gnats. So spraying it, see what happens. Usually see them right away, and I don't see any yet, so probably move on. Walking through in July, you get real sweaty, it's real hot. Make sure you stay hydrated. There's some really nice looking growth on the arch of this Prusia tridentata. Tridentata meaning three tooth. So if you look here at the leaves, you'll see they have three little teeth on the top of each leaf. Ironically, a very unrelated species, big sagebrush, is Artemisia tridentata. So if you look, it also has three little leaves. Actually, this one's not big sagebrush. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, there. So you see it has three little tips on the edge of each leaf. This one's in flower, so it looks a little different, but there's lots of them out here. Trying to find some more Eriogonum. I think I walked out of the buckwheat patch, but here's some more over here. Oh, there's some Eriogonum niveum over here, but these ones are a little small. Bushy. They like the bushy, but they like them big. Here's some big ones right here. All right, so let's try this one. It's somewhat big. Could be bigger. Get my spray bottle ready and see if I can roust up any of these bugs. If they're there, it won't take long. Come very quickly. Sometimes they're not even on the plant. They're next to it, and they'll come running to it because they want to get their water, which they don't get much of out here. And I don't see any, so move to the next one. This one's very bushy. Let's give this one a shot. I think there'd probably be one in here just because of its great amount of hiding space that they can have. Lots of water. See if anything gets going. The other side. Like I say, it won't take long. They react very quickly to the water. And if there's no reactivity, there's probably no bugs. Well, can't win them all. Just an idea of how much looking you might have to do, but don't give up. There's a nice Herculoides. Notice the red flowers, very easy to see from far away. Let's see if any activity. Oh, there's one. Right away. Are we able to see it? He's crawling. There he goes. This guy's like trying to get to that water. All right. That's him in situ. You see how they're found? I'll get him out. There we go. This is just a nymph. They actually get quite a bit bigger than this, about 3 inches or so. This one's about 1.5 inches, maybe a little longer, almost 2 inches. It's a female. They're all female. In the north, all specimens of this species occur female, and they breed parthenogenically, meaning they clone themselves, lay an egg, an elongated egg with a little cap on the end that has sort of an elliptic shape to it, like an oval, on an angle, about 45 degrees, very tiny, about the size of a grain of rice, maybe even a little smaller, like a long, like brown rice, mottled. They only seem to eat the Eriogonum out here. I haven't been able to get them to eat anything else, although a friend of mine says that he managed to get them to eat acacia, and in their native range of, and this is their native range, but where they actually occur in the south, they are not just parthenogenic, they also reproduce sexually. They are males, but that's the Arizona Plateau or south of there. They don't occur like that here at all. And it might be part of it. Oh, he's drinking the water that I sprayed on there. So he's like, he knows where the water is. That's why they come out, because they don't get much water in the wild, and he's drinking the water. Yep, so there's the Eriogonums. They often grow in the shade of these larger shrubs, and they seem to like the ones that are in the shade a little more. Seem to grow a little healthier. Usually when you find this plant, you find the other type too. Both are pretty abundant out here. This animal has been here for hundreds of years. I've seen, well, it's been here forever. People have seen it for hundreds of years, but no one's ever actually made a note or a paper about it existing here. So subsequently, until last year, the nearest population was sort of in the middle of Washington. It was another one. I must have rousted him out too. Is he showing up in the camera? You can see him moving. Zoom in. All right, that's missing him. Oh, I see his leg. There he is. Yeah, you can see him there if he focuses. He's crawling up. That's not the same one. That's another one. So they are quite common. All female. This one's a nymph. It's a little bigger than the last one. Here, let me see if I can get it. You can see it compared to the size of my hand. It's actually about 1 inch longer, so it's probably a little bit older. They're all genetically identical, but they do grow it. You know, oh, he fell down. Well, that's okay. Oh, no, he's still there. Okay. I guess I'm probably not going to get him out, but they're genetically identical because there is no sexual reproduction here. The season isn't long enough for males to be produced, so they're all female. The only way to tell the difference between this species and the Colorado species is by the males. So, you know, a lot of what we're operating here is on assumptions, but it's a pretty good assumption. I've seen these appear in folk art for the area from the early days, the 50s and 60s. So they've been here a while. Just up till now, they've never been considered to be present in Canada. Now I can safely say that they are. There's currently an entomology paper coming out in final peer review that I will give a link to if anyone's interested once it's out. It's not out yet. Anyway, this is a beautiful area, and if you find these animals and you're on iNaturalist, it's a good idea to make an observation, because we would like to know, now that you know how to find them, now that you know where to find them, it's a good idea to know how extensive their range really is, because until now we didn't even know they were here at all. Here's a really good example of Eriogonum niveum. A tight little bundle of it here with lots of long growths where the inflorescences came out last year. They're all dried out. And then there's these new ones from this year. Let's see if there's any walking sticks living in it. Probably not. They don't like to be this exposed. Usually you find them where there's a lot of cover, and this is really out in the open. But it is a nice plant. And it doesn't hurt it to give it a little water. Also, if you've watched this long, I'd like to make a little caveat here. Very important. If you're going to be using an item like this for doing this type of thing, make sure it has never been used to distribute any type of pesticide, because any residue of pesticide in it will kill these animals, which are really nice. No need to kill them. And oh, look at this. Here's some Eriogonum niveum and some Eriogonum herculoides, and they're all in this sheltered area. So this is a good spot to check. Very, very labyrinthian, very bushy. So let's see if anything's hiding in here. I'd be very surprised if we didn't find anything here with all the food present, because these are the plants that they eat and the plants that they hide in and lay their eggs in. I don't see any movement here. I kind of suspect they might eat vetch too, because they're known to eat mesquite in their southern range, and mesquite is a fabaceous plant, so is vetch, member of the family Fabaceae. There's a lot of vetch out here. There's loco weed, which is a type of, also known as milk vetch, and then there's some other common vetches, timber vetch and hairy vetch, Velosa. And, oh, there's one. He's off to the side. He's actually not in the bush. He's hiding by this stick, which makes sense because he's a stick shape himself. But there he is. And that one's another little 1.5 inch nymph. Hard to focus on, but there we go. A little bit surprised by the splash of water. Yes, they're very common, very abundant, locally abundant, gregarious, and now we all know. So now that we know, we can all come out and enjoy them, make some observations. There's one here. Where's he at? There he is. Hard to focus, but there's one you can almost make out. There he is. And there's another one. Where'd he go? There's two. Usually there's like one in a bush, but here was two. And yeah, you can take the kids out, teach them about entomology. You'll see all kinds of interesting bugs and insects. Make observations on all of them. It's great. It's like Pokemon Go, but real life. Got to catch them all, or at least take pictures of them all. You can talk about them all. And this is one of those special ones that adds a certain richness. You know what? I gotta give him a little more water. Maybe that'll get him back out. Once again with the water. Let's go. Here you go, buggies. Oh, that one's active again. I don't know where the first one went, but this guy's here. Crawling out. Nice dark color on this one. And while you're out looking, you might also see some, you can be very gentle. They're very, very delicate. Do not grab them, because that'll just break their little legs. As long as they're nymphs, their legs should grow back before they're adults. This is a nymph. Adult will be much bigger. Much, much bigger. But, yeah. And they only eat plant. They're in the order Phasmidoidea. And, oh, I don't know where he went. Somewhere there. Oh, there's one. That's not the one I just let go. It's hard to tell. The sticks all look the same. Yeah, and this, of course, is Eriogonum. You notice it by its kind of an ovate, spade-shaped leaves, sort of spataceic, or yep, leaves kind of almost spearish. Very glaucous, meaning that they have that blue-green, deserty look to them that most of the plants around here have, and they're a little bit farinaceous, which means they look like they have flour dusted on them. They're damaged. You see these little red edges on them here where the walking sticks have been nibbling on them, because this is the plant that they eat out here. So you can often tell if there's walking sticks because there'll be a little bit of nibbles on some of the blue plants, showing a red scar, like this. I don't see any eggs yet because these guys have not laid any. These are nymphs. They lay eggs when they're adults. And they're adults, they're much bigger. They're about as long as my whole finger, maybe even a little longer. Not as big, but very easy to see. They'll be adults by mid-August, and you'll see them all the way into December if it's warm enough. We have some warm weather, but you can't see them without this little water trick. So you have to bring some water. Make sure it's clean water. Don't be distributing any toxins to the populations for no reason at all. He's there, but it's just focusing is the trick. Oh well. Moving along. Oh, the paper wasp nest. Oh, there's a big Eriogonum. Wonder if there'd be any in that. Quick little check. Sometimes I see them before I do it, but not usually. Just that I've kind of gotten used to spotting them. Oh, there was a crab spider. I don't know if I saw him run away. But, running crab spiders also found out here. And they do eat the walking sticks. Mantids are bad for eating walking sticks. I see some nibbles on this plant, so there's probably one in here somewhere. But then again, they can wander off to other plants. Don't see any motion just yet. Perhaps there's none in this one at the time. It is pretty exposed. It's out in the open, so like I say, they prefer the ones that are a little more sheltered. It's a large patch of Eriogonum herculoides. You see it there. Not there. There's some here, and lots of it over here. So let's start looking for some bugs. Start here. Just start spraying around. See how long it takes to find them. Shouldn't take too long. They like to hide under the mass, so this kind of brings them out sometimes. Move around a bit. Over here, other side. See if they're in the low areas. They really get attracted to the water. And it won't take long for them to react. So if they're here, you see them quick. Pause for a second to look. Don't see any. Keep going. There's probably some in here. It's such a thick mat of it. They might not reach them very quickly, or they might find a drop to drink down below and just stay down below. Let's try one that's a little more sparse with sticks coming out of it. This one here will be easy to spot them. Let's try here. If they're here, be a little more likely to spot them. Oh, there's one right there. He's missing a leg. There he is. That's how fast they react. So you can see them very quickly. Coming out to look for some water. He's missing part of his front leg. It looks like it partially grew back. It will grow back even more next molt. I should say she, because of course they're all female. Let's pick her up here, have a look. This one's maybe a third instar nymph. They grow pretty fast between their stages. There we go. Yeah, dirty hand. That's what happens when you're digging around in the desert. It'd be nice to see some full-grown ones, but we'll have to wait maybe a month before we'll see that, or at least a few weeks. Some are pretty close. Not this one. This one's got a ways to go. It would cross like the complete breadth of my hand when it's full-grown. So we're trying to get it to get off on its own here. And if you're out doing this and you stir them up, and there are mantises in the same bush, quite often the mantises will start, there we go, he's gone, will start chasing the walking sticks. I like to interrupt that. Oh, there's another one over here. There he is. Oh, that's the same one. He just kind of flicked off over there. Because the mantises are not native, and these are, and the mantises can't see them, and we disturb them in a way that makes the mantises able to see them. Last thing we need is to be helping an invasive species eat a native species that we can enjoy seeing, because there's not a lot of those rare native species, even though this one's not rare, rarely seen. Kind of like a rubber boa, pretty common but rarely seen, because they're cryptid, or they are very hard to find. They're very well hidden, and people just generally don't run into them. Oop, there's a grasshopper. I'm going to check this bush too, because that's a nice looking Eriogonum niveum, or snowy buckwheat. And it's just sheltered enough that we might see some here. And, nope. But that's alright. I wonder if I can see that grasshopper. Here's a nice size one. Like 4th or 5th instar. It's got a little ways to go, but it's going. It came from this Eriogonum herculoides patch here with this big stone seed growing out of the middle, but there you see the red flowers. That's the typical look. I didn't even hit this one with the water. I just spotted them because my eyes are getting adjusted to it. The same can happen to you. You can get stick bugs from all over the ridge. Take the picture. Put it on your fridge. Show it to your kid. There you go. Back in your bush. Back in your resident bush. Another nice Eriogonum herculoides. Let's see how stick bug this one is. Zoom out a bit. Oh, finger out of the way. Start at this end. No activity. Gotta do this one systematically because it's so big. I don't see any activity. There's probably some in there. It's a big one, and this is a pretty hot spot for them. But then there's this big Eriogonum nivium, a cousin, of course. It's enormous. Boy, it's shaded and it's sheltered, and there's all this stick activity happening. There's got to be some in here. Can't imagine them not being in this big mess of sticks. Let's just get up over this side of it. Maybe I'll find some over here. Because this is a definite prime habitat to find this insect. Right here. Get in the middle area maybe. Where there's still the green for them to eat. Because they eat the green stuff, I think. You see lots of nibbles on this stuff. You really expect to see him here. Alright, now that's enough water. Do not fall face first in it. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. Anything in there? Well, I bet there's some in here. I'm just maybe not seeing them because this is huge. There's so much hiding place here. I just can't seem to get into it. Oh well. It's not like I'm wanting for finding some, but that is a big plant. Really nice one. Biggest one around. So, a little look at the landscape. Ooh, grasshopper. There's some, probably lots more of it. Let's find a nice
in the smoky Okanagan, where the western kingbirds call. Pretty hot, pretty dusty, but it's pretty all in all. Grab your hat, grab your water, I got something for y'all. Don't need a sport, just find a stick and have a ball. Rambling and ambling through the buckwheat on the hill. Those girls, they've always been here, and we hope they always will. Just a hatching in the thatch and sitting absolutely still. You can't see 'em, spray some water and you will.
Oh, there's a big old Eriogonum. Let's have a look at that. That probably got some sticks in it. Time to give it the old stick trick. Oh, there's one. There's a big one. That's the biggest one I've seen all day. It doesn't take much to get them out. See, when they're there, you get activity rate. Oops, did I drop it? Nope, there it is. That's a good size one. Probably close to fully grown, but not quite. It's just that easy. Not uncommon at all. Downright abundant. She's gonna go hide in her bush and disappear. Only water will tell the tale. I feel about fair to give her a drink, so maybe if I get a little bit more water there, she'll start drinking it. Oop, knock her down. Let's see if she finds a drop to drink. Where is she at? There we go. All right, she'll get her little face into it. You're gonna watch her drink. She's finding it. She smells it. She knows it's there somewhere, and she probably has a little bit. She's drinking off her face right now. You kind of hold their little faces up with their arms out when they think it's raining, because that's a good way to catch a little rain. First way to get some water if they're not going to get it off the plant.